What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on JJ Redick. And JJ Redick just got a $45 million contract extension, right? And man, I just I a lot of people probably I don't know, so like some Laker fans probably upset about it, but I mean, hats off to him. In my opinion, I think it's he well played. Like JJ Redick, in my opinion, he found a way to a shortcut to get there. Right, he did the podcast with LeBron James, and him and LeBron James. They hit it off and everything. He wound up because LeBron James was on the Lakers. He wound up getting that head coaching job with the Lakers. Right, and a lot of people was outraged because you have played people who have been on the coaching benches and on the sideline for years, trying to work their way up and get interviews and stuff like that. And then here JJ Redick just get a podcast. He do a podcast with LeBron James. It's kind of funny to me. He do a podcast with LeBron James, and he just worked his way up, right? And I don't think that a lot of people say, well, he didn't pay his dues and he didn't, he's skipping the line and stuff like that, which I agree. He did. I mean, if you look at it traditionally, this is not the way to do it. He didn't pay his dues. He did skip the line, but if you're in a position where as though you can do that, I mean, it is what it is. You know, um, like if anybody want to blame anybody for JJ Redick being able to skip the line, then it's LeBron James' fault, right? LeBron James wanted somebody in there that he was comfortable with. He wanted somebody in there that would probably like allow LeBron James to just do what LeBron James wanted to do. And JJ Redick is that person. So now, once JJ Redick got to the Lakers and he took over that head coaching position, he did bring in some guys like Nate McMillan, and I forgot who else he brought in, but people who had more coaching experience than him. And Nate McMillan even was a head coach, right? So he was, um, he was wise enough to do that, right? And so now the Lakers have extended him and his coaching staff too. So they have extended him, giving him a $45 million deal, and so he made it work for him. Now, would that have worked for everybody? Like getting in good with the franchise ball player, and then being able to have them pull some strings so you can get the head coaching job? No, it would not have. But you can't hate the player, just hate the game. Like I said, this is all at the foot of LeBron James. Has now as a head coach, I don't think JJ Redick has been really bad as a head coach. I think he did and as a matter of fact, I think JJ Redick has done a better job than what a lot of people would think he's going to do. And so now that he is there with Luca, you know, and they extended him. I think I'm gonna play the video, but I think they extended him to like 2029 or something like that. So can't hate on him. But let me pull up this audio. I mean this video right here of this guy making that announcement for JJ Redick.
The Lakers gave JJ Redick a 2-year extension, so that gives them a total of 5 years through 2029, 2030 at $45 million. So this makes it clear JJ Redick is the coach, not just now, but moving forward for the long term, beyond just the LeBron James era in Los Angeles. And as these coaching contracts are continuing to go up, as his deal is starting to end, and as he has 1 year tick off, they wanted to make sure they gave him 2 extra years. So he's locked in there till 2030.
All right, so you heard it right there, right? And I think that, so obviously the new Lakers ownership must have felt like JJ Redick did a good enough job. that they want to hold on to him. And maybe they want to see like what kind of coach that that JJ Redick is going to be without LeBron James, like beyond the LeBron James era. I think that's important. Also, another thing I think that's important is JJ Redick knows basketball, and he comes from Duke. So I think JJ Redick, is going to probably turn out to be a really good coach. He's young, he knows basketball, and he has that pedigree in him. He comes from that Duke Mike Krzyzewski tree. So, and I know people say well, the way JJ Redick got there is not fair. And that's true. I mean, that might be true. You can look at it like that. It's not, but being who he is, where he come from, and how he got there, it is what it is. He can't do nothing about that. But the thing is, uh, these people who are now in charge of the Lakers, who now own the Lakers, must see something there, whereas though they felt like it was necessary to, it was a good idea to extend him. And now that I think about it, I don't think it was a bad idea really to extend him either. Like I said, because he's young, right? And then you have Luca in there with him. So I think that he's going to turn out to be a pretty good coach. Now, how he got there, is questionable. But the fact that he's there now, Lakers ownership is like, well, we're gonna take advantage of the situation. At first, when JJ Redick first got to the Lakers, I was like, well, he he is probably going he's probably going to be out when LeBron James' career is over with. But since he's done a better than expected, and he's a young coach, you know, I can't really blame Lakers organization for wanting to extend him and to keep him, you know, um, rather than going out getting another coach who an unknown commodity. Like if you bring in another coach, another young coach, you don't know how good he's going to be. Um, a lot of there's a lot of coaches around the league that people say, well, give this guy, for example, like Sam Cassell. Like Sam Cassell has been he's been on different benches. He got a lot of experience as an assistant coach, but and I hope that Sam Cassell get a job in the NBA. But when you think about it, like you already got JJ Redick, and so when you have other coaches around the league who you don't know like what they are yet, they'll probably get, hopefully Sam Cassell, he'll get an opportunity somewhere else. But for the Lakers to let go a known commodity, and then on top of that, with the pedigree that he has, it wouldn't have made sense for them to bring in another young coach and start off with another young coach, unless like there was somebody that Luca didn't feel comfortable with. Like if Luca was bumping heads with JJ Redick and Luca didn't feel comfortable, then you would take that into consideration. But from what I can see, and from I haven't heard anything about it. I think maybe that there's probably a good relationship there too with Luca and JJ Redick. I know that JJ Redick, I think he's going to hold Luca accountable. So I think that's good. I think, and you'll probably see, because JJ Redick has this extension. I think you'll probably see JJ Redick probably even get better as a coach, because he's not like one of those lame duck coaches who know he's on his way out. He's somebody who has he got security, so that will allow him the freedom to really coach the way he want to coach. LeBron James is on his way out. He got a new contract, so he'll be able to coach the way he want to coach now. And I think that'll be better for the Lakers. I thought it wasn't a bad idea. I thought it was a pretty good idea for the Lakers to extend him. Even though some people don't like you know what I mean? Like you get a podcast, you interview LeBron James on your podcast, and then bam, next thing you know, you the head coach of the Lakers. I mean, it is what it is. It's just funny to me, but maybe probably not a lot of people, especially Lakers fans probably don't find it funny, but I don't think in the long run, I think it's not a bad idea to re-sign this guy. But that's my take on it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe. And with that being said, also don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.